that's something that we've got to get better at. We got to practice at it. There's a lot of drills that we do during practice. We got to improve upon that. So we definitely got to limit turnovers. Yes,
Coach,
sir.
I want to ask this. I'm going to start with the defense. I know you're the OC, but we're going to start a little bit with the defense. Danon Smith of Snyder gave y'all fits to the defense. Speak a little bit to that and how y'all tried to contain him and what happened there maybe.
Obviously every week you try to prepare for the opposing team's offense.
Sure.
Our defensive coordinator, Derek Allenbar, does an amazing job with his defensive staff. And, they ran some new stuff that maybe they hadn't seen on film. But
They did.
Overall, we were kind of expecting to throw the ball a little more, I think, defensively. And obviously they ran the ball. They ran some power read. We call power read, and that guy.
They
had
gave
a
y'all
good
a heavy dose of that young man. And
yes, sir.
And in the beginning of the game, it looked like y'all had him pretty contained, right? And then about halfway through the second quarter, something just clicked with him, and he just found a hole or two.
Yes, sir. And that's what good teams do. I mean, they're a well-respected football team. They've always been pretty good out here in West Texas. So they made a good adjustment.
Yeah.
And we had him corralled a few times, and he just did a good job getting out of some tackles.
Yeah. So now let's look at the offensive side of the ball. Y'all started out hot in that game. Y'all and so when I was analyzing the Fort Stockton game and then the Snyder game, I looked at it and said, the offense put together two great halves. The problem is we were in two different games.
Yes. So, again, we've got to do a better job getting started faster.
Yeah.
For sure. With our type of offense, we'd like to think that we're a spread, explosive type of offense. So we got to be able to score at any point in time, any part of the field. And I think we have that capability, but we got to start faster.
Yes, sir.
And that's something that we're working on daily.
And I thought y'all did good because you came out that first drive, got down the field, looked great doing it. You get stalled on drives, and that happened. But you came out the second quarter, kept going, scored again, and then Snyder they changed things up on you a little bit. And did they change a whole lot of the defensive scheme on you for your offense? Because y'all still played well in the second half.
Yes, I think up front they started with the four-man front, which what we were expecting on the offensive side of the ball, their defensive side of the ball. And then they went to a three-man front, which is not unusual for us. We've seen a little bit of everything already this year. So we just had to make some tweaks as far as what we ran against that front and pass protection.
I want to talk about the sophomore quarterback, Alviso, playing. 399 yards passing, 98 yards rushing. I know you got Rodello here tonight. He's one of your players here. He had some great plays for you on offense. That I remember calling his name a lot. I know you'd love to have Austin Perez back there as it's his senior year and all that, but talk to us about Alviso and the adjustments he made from week 1 to week 2 he had a stellar game.
Yes, sir. It's like anything else. You just got to gain experience. With the more snaps he gets on a Friday night, the more composed and the more, obviously sound he's going to get.
Sure.
Obviously seeing the defenses fly around, it's a little bit different on a Friday night when they're coming at you trying to take your head off.
Absolutely.
He's doing a great job with the progression.
Yeah, and honestly, I even said on the broadcast that he only made, really, if you look at it, one mistake the whole game, and that was that one interception. And it was a killer. I know it breaks your back when that happens, and hats off to, I always say, call a good play when it's a good play, and the defender from Snyder, he read it and he was there.
Yes, sir.
And that's all it was. I didn't think that Alviso did anything wrong. I just think that the defender read it well.
Well, as many times as we throw the football, I tell them all the time, you're going to throw some picks.
It's going to happen.
You're going to throw some interceptions. We don't want to throw multiple interceptions.
Sure.
But it's going to happen. And he's going to get better at it.
Absolutely.
Reading that defense, and he's already done a good job.
Well, and I'll tell you, beyond this year, your quarterback situation's in good hands.
It's not bad.
I think Chad's got something for you.
Yeah, just one more question for you, Coach, before we take our first break of the evening. Also talking about Alviso, just kind of give me a little bit of insight. And obviously, I wasn't there to be able to see this game against Snyder, but just to have you here, it's your side of the ball. Are you preparing this offense, maybe game playing a little bit differently with Alviso as you did with Austin, or is it just kind of the same thing and you're kind of just more playing to his strengths?
I'd be lying. You got to play to each individual strengths. I don't call plays as an offensive coordinator. I call players. I'll be honest with you. So, you got to adjust your game plan to who you have out there, your personnel. So, it's like I said, but overall, both of them, whether it's Austin Perez or Christopher Alviso, those guys can handle the offense. I don't limit myself as far as what I call. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take our first break here on Chief Insider. Offensive coordinator Tony Cortez will be back to join us later on in the show to talk about this coming week's football game. But when we come back, we'll be talking to a couple Lakeview Chiefs student athletes. So stay tuned. We'll be back with Chief Insider live from Shenanigans.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
Since 1957, Medical Arts Pharmacy has been your neighborhood professionals, welcoming you when you come in and delivering when you can't. Through all the advancements in medicine, therapies, and equipment, Medical Arts has grown with you to make sure your family has the very latest in care. Today, we can offer you immunizations, all of your medicines in special multi-dose packaging, and compounding right here in your neighborhood pharmacy, where some things have changed with the times, but the best things never will. Medical Arts Pharmacy.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. Contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape.
Welcome back to Chief Insider live from Shenanigans. I have two Chief student athletes here with me. I'm assuming what their numbers, offensive linemen, if I'm not taking a bad guess here, boys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But of course, number 53, Misael Rodello, and then number 60, Sebastian Herrera. Boys, I mean, first and foremost, thank you for joining us today. I hope you're having a great day thus far. I'm going to just kind of dive right into questions here. Of course, y'all are student athletes, students first. So first and foremost, man, how are classes going for y'all?
School, it's just been really good so far. Classes have been going really well. Nothing has been too hard and nothing has been too easy. It's just right on the challenging level, but I've been getting through it, and it's just going really well this year so far.
Well, it's junior year now. We got a lot of AP classes, and trying to balance it all with football, it can be hard sometimes, but you just got to persevere and do everything you have to do.
And both y'all juniors?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And then, so you mentioned AP classes. You in AP classes
yes,
as well?
Sir.
Man, how is it, I guess, walk me through. I know I took AP classes, but for the fans at home, kind of walk through that preparation that y'all take. Of course, you're having a balance between studying for those more difficult AP classes and then eventually, making sure you're studying game plan and being prepared for Friday night.
Well, it's just keeping track on your work, having a plan, when to do it, when it's due, and you just got to be prepared. You can't really slack off in those classes. You really have to be on point because they have due dates, and since it's a college class, AP, of course they're going to be more strict, but you also have to balance that out with practice and games after school.
Like you said, there's a time and place for everything. You can't commit too much to one thing and then lack on some other things. So you have to find that balance for you to be a successful student athlete.
Right. Of course. Now, of course, let's dive into one of the reasons why people are watching us today. Football, of course. Not the best start to the season. I know it's not fun being 0-2, especially after the season that was had last year. But just, and I was telling Zach, my broadcast partner, in week one, this team just feels different than it was last year. Despite these losses, despite 0-2, these losses are nothing compared to what y'all had, the difficulties y'all faced last season. So just kind of talk to me about how are y'all handling this adversity as players. I'm going to start with Misael on this one.
So it's no secret. Last year we had a 1-9 season, wasn't very successful. And over the offseason, I feel like we improved a lot as a team. And obviously we started 0-2, but there were some very close games. I think I've seen a lot of improvement in our heart and our leadership on our teams. Obviously our captains, they've been leading us through it. And this 0-2 start, I don't think it's defining us a lot. It's hurting us a lot. We know we're a strong team. We're going to be able to persevere and come harder every week.
Just like Misael said, yes, it's not a strong start to start with the season, but we have been working hard, both in practice, in the weight room, and all these other things that we're doing to prepare to be a better team, not just for now, but for later in the future, and helping those underclassmen that are also on varsity be ready and be leaders next year.
Awesome, yeah, fantastic. Something we're going to kind of go into that y'all been having to face this season already. Of course, you'll start this season with Austin Perez. Took an injury in game 1 against Fort Stockton, and then now you have Christopher Avizo as behind you, or directing, commanding this offense as just on y'all side of the ball. Kind of talk to me. Is there any extra preparation? Is there anything different that you're doing to prepare for Friday nights under these two different quarterbacks?
Well, something I have realized is that Austin, who was a bit more, I want to say, louder, telling us when to snap the ball and stuff. Alviso, he's still a really good quarterback. He still knows what he's doing. He's been coached really well, and I do think he's a reliable quarterback that we can rely on for the season.
Fantastic.
Well, Chris is obviously a sophomore. There's no secret in that. But I feel like he took a lot of leadership when Austin went down in Fort Stockton, and they gave him the reins of the offense. And I feel like he's been able to adapt really, really good to the offense, and he's been leading us as he did against Snyder. So I don't think the sophomore has any indication in his playing.
Yeah, when you look at the stats, the man himself had over 400 yards total offense by himself. With 349 passing, 95 yards rushing. It's obvious that he definitely can take control of this offense and lead y'all to success, which you got to eventually push it far enough to be able to get that first win. And maybe we'll see it against Lamesa. They're in the similar position as y'all are, an 0-2 record coming into this week. However, their loss is a bit bigger of a margin compared to y'all. I guess if you could give me a little bit on the inside of what's going on with y'all and how the team preparing, kind of just talk about what coach is talking to y'all about during practice, what you're focusing on in preparation for Friday night.
Obviously we're treating them just like any other week. We're going to come out and play our hardest. We're going to see who wants it more. And it doesn't matter that we're both 0-2. We're going to go out and we're going to play our best game against them.
Yes, sir. It's anybody's game, really. It's just the preparation that we're going to take for this game. We're going to take it serious, and we're going to practice hard to go out there and show them that we're both really good teams, and hopefully we come out on top.
Awesome. We only have a couple more minutes left in this segment, but let's jump into the more fun questions. For the first week we did this show, of course, we had Austin and Francisco, I believe, here, and of course we had to ask those fun questions. First and foremost, I'm a sucker for music. I love listening to music when I work out. Is there any sort of artist or specific song that you like to hear whenever you're either working out, whether it's weights, training, whatever else you're doing that you just have to get yourself ready to go?
Well, for me, I personally, any type of Spanish music really just gets me in that mood. I've just grown up listening to it, and I just have a big love for Spanish music. That's really about it.
You got to be singing along with it then, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Singing along and maybe even just dancing a little bit in the weight room.
Nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
For me, obviously, there's different types of music that I like to listen to. When it's time for game time, I like to get a little hype, but before the game, I like to chill out a little bit, calm my nerves a little bit. I like to listen to some Kendrick Lamar.
Oh.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar's really a big part. He has all this type of music, chill, hype, all that stuff.
Oh, man. Well, you did see Kendrick's going to be performing in the Super Bowl this year. And, of course, we're not going to dive into that whole stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised if a certain song gets played a few times, just saying with it. But, gentlemen, I appreciate your time here with us on Chief Insider. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Sayel and Sebastian, you are watching Chief Insider. When we come back, we'll be talking to a couple more student athletes before we dive into preparation for Lamesa. Once again, you are watching Chief Insider. We'll be back right after this, live from Shenanigans.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
Since 1957, Medical Arts Pharmacy has been your neighborhood professionals, welcoming you when you come in and delivering when you can't. Through all the advancements in medicine, therapies, and equipment, Medical Arts has grown with you to make sure your family has the very latest in care. Today, we can offer you immunizations, all of your medicines in special multi-dose packaging, and compounding right here in your neighborhood pharmacy, where some things have changed with the times, but the best things never will. Medical Arts Pharmacy.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. Contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Welcome back to Chief Insider live from Shenanigans. Once again, we hope you're having a fantastic day thus far. A little bit of mistake on my part. I did have the segment switched up. We'll get to it here in a moment. First and foremost, our trivia question, simply who leads the all-time series between the Chiefs and Lamesa? I've been butchering that all night. I apologize. Coach, I mean,
do you know?
You have a guess?
I don't know, but I want to say Chiefs, right?
Chiefs.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. We'll find out here in a bit. If anybody knows the answer, oh, never mind. There it is right there. The Chiefs lead the all-time series 25-19. This series has been on and off since 1956.
Coach, and I have a great prize for you for getting that question right. I'm going to let you call the plays Friday night.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Who doesn't love that, right? Well, I mean, first and foremost, welcome back, offensive coordinator Tony Cortez. Coach, I mean, a very big night. I mean, I'm sure you just heard me talk to some of your boys last segment. A big one against Lamesa.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, you always want to start the year off hot. You know, 0-2, not good. I know, you know, we would have liked to have been 2-0.
Sure.
But, again, hats off to the kids. They were resilient. They played. We were down 21 points to Fort Stockton. A really good
amazing comeback
team.
In that game.
Exactly.
And they fought to the end, and no different against Snyder. Again, a good Snyder team. I know they were 0-2 as well, but they really put a game plan together against us and did a good job. So I'm excited about Friday.
So let me ask you a question, Coach. One of the things, and I was talking to you off camera about this, but one of the things I really liked was your play calling was, I thought, really well. I mean, you're going to make mistakes. Like you said, you throw the ball enough, you're going to get interceptions.
Yes, sir.
You run the ball enough, you're going to get a fumble once in a while. Those things do happen. It's why we play the game and not look at it on paper, right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
So who inspires you in your play calling as an offensive coordinator? Where'd you learn the things that you do?
You know, this is my 19th year, you know, of coaching. I've learned a lot of great knowledge. I've learned a lot from a lot of great coaches. So it ain't just one in particular. But offensively, I coached under Shane Mobley over at Sweetwater. His ROC at that time was Zach Harrell.
Okay.
And, you know, he was the Harrell family.
Yeah.
Sam Harrell, you guys know him from Ennis. So a lot of our offense derived from a lot of the stuff that those guys did in Ennis, and they still do there now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, you paid attention. You're doing a lot of great things out there. And I just want to ask this, and I'm gonna hand it over to Chad after this. But when you get a game plan, are you trying to stay balanced, or do you feel like y'all have a strength somewhere that maybe we just haven't seen yet?
You know, again, it's week by week. You got to look at what the other defense is doing, what their strengths are, Obviously, if they've got a great middle linebacker, then you want to you got a game plan for that
Sure.
guy. If they've got a great secondary, you got a game plan for that. So week by week, what we do, we look at what we have, the great players that we have, and we will look at what they're giving us defensively. And
Yes,
we take it. If they let us run the ball, we're going to run it. If they let us throw the ball, we're going to throw it.
Yeah. So the reason I ask is, and we mentioned it earlier, Alviso's quarterback play really stepped up against Snyder. And they weren't slouch on defense. I mean, they threw some stuff at you.
They did.
They threw some stuff at you. And I remember that one sack that got Alviso, man. They did not hit him lightly.
No.
They came in with everything. So that being said, though, he was still very successful Friday night. And I was just kind of wondering, do you plan to play to that strength irregardless of what Lamesa throws at you?
Yes, we're gonna do what we do. That's what I tell our offensive coaching staff. We're gonna do what we do, and that's line up, and we're gonna go 2-by-2 spread, in shotgun, and we're gonna throw the ball.
I love that 2-by-2 spread y'all run.
Yeah, and we're gonna put guys in motion. We're gonna get the defense to move to what we want to see, and so we're gonna do what we do. That's just it.
Haven't seen a whole lot of trickery. Should we expect maybe to see something?
Well,
maybe.
I can't ever say that we won't, but we do practice. We do practice that stuff.
Chad?
So.
Awesome. Yeah, Coach, honestly, y'all gave me the perfect segue into what I was wanting to ask about, so thank y'all. But, Coach, if you don't mind, giving us a little bit of a scattering report on Lamesa, just kind of what do you expect the Golden Tornadoes, if I remember correctly, to throw at you on Friday night?
Well, defensive, they got a new head coach. Efren Ramos, I believe is his name. He was the defensive coordinator for Anna.
Okay.
Just last year, they won a state championship in their final year in 4A. So, obviously, they're pretty good defensively. They're going to base out of a 3-3 stack. They'll show some 3-4 defense. So, they're going to show a 3-man front. And so, we've got some ideas that we're going to do against that. So, again, we're going to do what we do. We're going to throw screens. We're going to run inside zone, and we're going to throw the ball deep. We're going to go.
One of your fumbles came on special teams this week. What are you doing to work on that? Because, and you said it, you can't turn the ball over. Our coach always told us, can't turn it over on special teams.
No, yeah, there's 3 facets of football. Offense, defense, special teams, and you got to win special teams. And if you win one of the other two, your success rate is a lot higher. So again, we do drills every day during the class period, working on catching and receiving punts and kickoffs. And so we're gonna stay the course. We're not gonna wholesale change everything. We're gonna keep doing what we do and just get better at it.
Well, I told you, there's 3 seasons to football in Texas. There's non-district, which we're in right now, where you get ready for second season. District play, where you get ready for playoffs.
That's right. That's right. I love it. I can't wait.
So I'm not worried about y'all. Y'all look good. I saw a lot of improvement over the team. It was real fun to watch that. 34 points, not a lot of teams put that up.
We're going to do our best. Our offensive goal as a coaching staff, as an offensive coach staff, is outscore the other offense. So we still got some improvement to do.
Yep, I understand that, Coach. Chad, anything else?
Honestly, y'all covered all the bases I had. So it makes my job a little bit easier. But we do got to take our next break. When we come back, we're going to talk to a couple more. I'm going to be right this time. A couple more Chief student athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, Offensive Coordinator Tony Cortez, live from Shenanigans here on Chief Insider. We'll be back after this.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
Since 1957, Medical Arts Pharmacy has been your neighborhood professionals, welcoming you when you come in and delivering when you can't. Through all the advancements in medicine, therapies, and equipment, Medical Arts has grown with you to make sure your family has the very latest in care. Today, we can offer you immunizations, all of your medicines in special multi-dose packaging, and compounding right here in your neighborhood pharmacy, where some things have changed with the times, but the best things never will. Medical Arts Pharmacy.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. Contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
And welcome back to Chief Insider Live from Shenanigans. We have our last segment of the night. Of course, this is the time where we talk to some other sports in their off season. Here with me are a couple of Chief baseball players, Trey Henry and Isaac Monreal. Gentlemen, welcome. Appreciate y'all being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
Fantastic. As always, man, y'all are student athletes, so of course we got to dive into the student part first. I mean, it's been a few weeks, but probably more like a month now since classes started for y'all. Just kind of how's it going? Is y'all enjoying y'all's year? If you don't mind me asking, what y'all's classification?
I'm a senior.
Senior?
I'm a junior.
Junior?
Yes, sir.
Well, shoot, preparing for college for both of y'all. I mean, one of y'all right around the corner. The other one got a little bit longer left, but just kind of how our class is going.
Pretty good. Just getting ready for college. Half of my classes are college classes already. So.
Oh, fantastic. Love that.
Just making sure you're staying on top of to play football. You
Yeah.
gotta keep your grades up, yes, sir.
Fantastic. So then, I guess you mentioned it. So do you play football? Are you on the football team? Both of you on the football team?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see. They threw me off. They're wearing the baseball jerseys and they're on the football team. So I guess we can dive into that a little bit then, and eventually. But we'll start with the off season first for baseball. I do remember Tony Cortez being y'all's head coach. I believe will be the first year he's doing it. So I guess kind of how's off season training going for y'all? If any at all, since you're playing football too.
We don't really have an off season. I mean, we have football, but like we're weightlifting and running all like that for football. So it kind of gets us ready for baseball.
Fantastic.
But we also see Coach Cortez working with baseball some days, and we see them getting in the work that they need, and just so we can be better this year.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Oh, actually, this is a perfect opportunity because now I can kind of ask this question that I didn't really think of earlier. Of course, playing football now, got baseball in the spring. We'll obviously it'll get there eventually. But you just mentioned how some days you're doing baseball stuff. So if you don't mind me asking, give me a little bit of insight on your week, just trying to balance out between not only just being a student, but also being a double, if not triple athlete. I don't know what else y'all may play, but at least a double athlete where you are preparing for Friday Night Lights and then also making sure that y'all are still in baseball shape come for whenever spring comes around.
Well, I mean, majority of the week we just stick to football, and it's just like our weightlifting and everything like that just prepares us for baseball. And then like on the weekends we'll go throw or hit, just keeping it simple for baseball.
Just got to keep the mechanics down, stay mentally in the game, and just try to be ready whenever the time comes.
I guess, and this is kind of something that I'm kind of thinking about now, is do y'all sometimes kind of just have a little brain fart, or when you start doing something baseball related, even though you're doing football stuff?
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Oh, I can only imagine. There's not very many similarities, but I'm sure it hits on occasion. Well, then I guess let's just dive into the current season. Then I know I asked y'all teammates this already, but I want to of course get everybody's view on what's going on. Of course, 0-2, not the best. We all know that. Everybody knows that. Nobody likes losing, but 0-2, while scoring a lot of points, it's a lot better than how last season was with the 1-9 and unfortunately not a lot of scoring. But obviously, new season, we're 3 weeks in. Kind of what are y'all's kind of thoughts and even just y'all's views on how this season's going for y'all thus far?
I think it's just like we just need to lock in pretty much. Like we just have to stick to the fundamentals. Don't worry about what happened last week or the week before. Like, we played great games. We just have to stick to what we know and how to play. I think we should be fine.
And I think we just need to focus on starting strong and finishing. During the middle, we kind of hold our own, but in the start and the end, we get beat. We focus on too much of the bad plays that happened in the past, and we just get caught up, and that's where our errors happen.
Right. and forgive me, I don't have it written down because I thought I was talking to baseball players, but obviously dual sports. So what position are y'all playing?
I play offensive, defensive line.
Offensive line.
I play linebacker.
Linebacker?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, then, so, I kind of already asked all the offensive line questions related, so forgive me, I don't have many more. That's not going to be repeating myself. But defensively, I can kind of dive into a little bit more. Kind of what's y'all's preparation looking like for Lamesa, excuse me. I know I caught myself there. Lamesa, obviously we got offensive coordinator Tony Cortez's offensive scouting report. Kind of what's defense looking like for y'all preparation-wise?
So defense, we've seen their film already. We know that they're a pass-heavy team. They like to run the ball, but their primarily targets are wide receivers passing the ball. And we're right now focused on stopping the pass, let them focus on the run. I feel like we can stop their run once they get to the run. We just got to focus on stopping their top receivers right now.
Is it the same thing for you?
Yeah, pretty much same thing, and it's just like the screens. They throw a lot of screens, so it's like we have to stick to our fundamentals on screens. And
yeah, so so you mentioned offensive and defensive line. When you're on defensive line, are you interior or an edge?
I'm an edge.
Are you an edge? So I guess, here we go, perfect. You mentioned throwing a lot of screens. They throw a lot of screens, fantastic. What does that look like for you? Are you kind of always on that, watch for it? Are you more of like, hey, I'm committed, I got to go put that pressure on, but then maybe go out if I'm there to make a play?
I mean, it's one of those things, we watch a bunch of film, so it's like we know what like their steps are. And they if they drop back really fast, then I know to get back. I know it's a screen. But if they drop back slow, I know to get pressure on the quarterback. So I mean, just watching film and just preparing like that just helps me get ready.
Fantastic. Honestly, so you know what? Here's a question I had, and I may have asked the first interview I had with all the way back in week 1. This would be the last one I asked before we close this show. Y'all are in a unique situation that kind of happens a lot more than we think. Y'all's district is so small that y'all are basically guaranteed a playoff spot. So as players, how do y'all stay motivated from week to week, knowing obviously, yes, we have that, we're going to be in the playoffs, but let's make sure we get there and we're better week to week. What does that look like for y'all to be able to just as y'all prepare?
I think it's just getting wins. I think it's focus on winning. I know that's not very good to say, but just keeping us hyped and keeping us being able to try and win ball games and keeping us all the way through district. And the district title is kind of something we look forward to this year. So,
same thing for you?
Yes, and I think we just owe it to our fans. We need to focus on winning, but our fans are always there for us, whether we win or lose, and we kind of owe it to them to bring them the Northside pride.
Yeah,
we got to give it to them. So
awesome.
Focus on winning, not just one, but doing our best to keep winning and focus on getting further.
Fantastic. And I know we're near the end of our times, but I got to be fair. I've asked every student athlete this question, and this is a little bit more closer to my heart because I played baseball growing up and throughout high school myself. This one, I guess we can kind of call it both. But in baseball, if you don't have it, and if you do, awesome. What's your walk-up song? Do you have a song whenever you either go into the play or if you pitch, when your warm-up song, what do you get? If you have one picked, what is it? If not, what would you consider it being one?
So last year, my walk-up song was Titi Me Pregunto by Bad Bunny. And I just like the beat to it. It helped me soothe, but at the same time, it hyped me up. And it's Spanish, so it just got me going. It made me focus in and be ready.
I wonder if your teammates started singing it if you played or watched y'all.
Yes, sir.
I don't really have one, but one I've been thinking of is Mini Men by 50 Cent.
That's a strong one. That's a strong one.
Just gets me in the zone.
Man, I don't blame you. I know I wasn't lucky enough to be able to have walk-up song just because our coach was a little weird about it. But I know for me, I'm more of a rock guy. I had Ladies and Gentlemen by Saliva. That's one y'all can look up one day. That is almost, in my opinion, perfectly for a baseball player. But nonetheless, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all for being on the show tonight. Good luck to y'all the rest of this season and even in baseball season. I hope y'all just play well, kill it, and obviously for you in particular, good luck to you as a student wherever you go in college. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for Chief Insider. My name is Chad Miller on behalf of my broadcast partner, Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight, and you can watch the Lakeview Chiefs on Friday night on Concho Sports Network. And as always, take care of each other and yourselves. Thank y'all so much. Have a good night. Hey, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all so much.